The first time I heard the hum, I thought it was just the wind rolling through the canyons outside Ash Hollow. A low, steady vibration that barely touched the edge of hearing. But it didn't fade. It stayed day after day, always right at the edge of my mind, like something whispering through the walls. I'm Liam Torres. I run a small auto shop on the edge of town, the kind of place that still smells like oil and dust from the 1970s. Life in Ash Hollow used to be simple, slow days, familiar faces, quiet nights. But the hum changed that. At first, I just noticed my tools shaking on the workbench. Then the radio in the corner started turning itself on, whispering static that almost sounded like words. I couldn't make them out, but they felt familiar somehow, like someone calling from very far away. One night I stayed late at the shop, trying to figure it out. The engine I was tuning started vibrating on its own, the metal rattling in sync with that invisible pulse. I pulled the plug wires, but the shaking didn't stop. The floor buzzed under my boots. It was in the ground now, in everything. That's when she showed up, Dr. Ava Patel. She said she worked for the EPA, here to check some seismic anomalies. She didn't look like a bureaucrat, though. She looked scared. "You felt it, haven't you?" she asked me. "Yeah," I said. "I hear it all the time now." She told me the readings weren't earthquakes. The pattern didn't match anything natural. "It's not coming from the ground," she said. "It's coming from beneath it." Nobody in town believed her. Sheriff Dale told everyone to calm down, said it was wind pressure or mining activity. But when people started disappearing, nobody laughed anymore. The Simons couple vanished from their cabin near the foothills. Their truck was still parked outside, coffee still warm in their cups. 2 kids camping out by the creek were next. Tents zipped shut, fire still smoking, just gone. That same night, the power flickered out across town. Cell service died. The hum got louder, deep and steady, like a heartbeat under the earth. I could feel it in my teeth. The townspeople started changing. Some sat outside for hours, staring toward the mountains, whispering along with the rhythm. A few went violent. One man walked straight into traffic, smiling. Ava came to my shop again, shaking, carrying a folder full of old government documents she'd dug up at the county records office.
Please let me go.
The cover read,
Where are you taking me?
Project Resonance 9. "They built something under this town," she said. "Back in the 60s, an underground facility, they were testing sound frequencies to control human behavior." I laughed at first, until she showed me the blueprints. They matched the old mining tunnels that run beneath the radio tower outside town. And the hum was coming from there. That same night, military trucks rolled in. No markings, just matte gray, vehicles and men in full gear. They went door to door telling people to stay inside, claiming there'd been a toxic leak. I watched 2 soldiers drag my neighbor, Mrs. Wilkins, out of her house. She wasn't screaming, she was humming. Her eyes were blank. That's when I knew it wasn't a rescue. It was containment. Ava and I ran. We took my truck and drove toward the old radio tower, following the vibration like bloodhounds. The closer we got, the harder it was to think straight. The hum was in my skull, in my heartbeat. Time started slipping. The moon seemed to move too fast, and our shadows didn't follow when we turned. We found a hatch at the tower's base, half buried in sand. The metal was warm to the touch, almost pulsing. Inside, a ladder led straight down into darkness. We climbed for what felt like forever until we reached a tunnel lined with old lights. Some still worked, flickering weakly. But the walls weren't right. Metal fused with something softer like tissue. The deeper we went, the more it looked alive. We reached the main chamber. I can still see it every time I close my eyes. Machines filled the room, engines, coils, glass tanks. But they'd fused with human remains, bones woven into wires, faces stretched across metal panels, and in the center a massive organic engine throbbed in rhythm with the hum, every pulse shaking the air. Ava said it wasn't just a machine, it was alive. The project hadn't failed, it had evolved. It was using sound to rewrite matter, to turn flesh and metal into one living signal. That's when I saw her, my sister, or what was left of her. Her face was half-formed in one of the walls, eyes still moving, mouth whispering words I couldn't hear. My stomach dropped. She'd disappeared 10 years ago, and now I understood why. The hum rose higher, the floor rippled like water. Ava shouted that we needed to shut it down, but there were no controls left. Just that living core. I don't know what came over me, maybe guilt, maybe anger. I grabbed a steel rod and drove it into the center of the mass. Everything went white. When I opened my eyes, Ava was screaming my name. The walls were collapsing, turning liquid. I pushed her toward the ladder. "Go!" I yelled. She didn't want to leave, but she climbed. I could feel the floor giving way under me. The light grew brighter, burning through everything. Then I wasn't there anymore. Ava told me later, well, she wrote later, that the ground caved in behind her. The entire facility sank into the earth. The hum stopped. The mountains went silent. They pulled her out 3 days later, delirious and burned. The military called it a gas explosion. No one believed her. But I'm still here. Or at least part of me is. She can't hear me, but I can hear her. I can hear everything. The machines, the air, the tiny frequencies running through every wire and circuit. I am the hum now, and it's spreading again. A few weeks after Ash Hollow disappeared from the news, a new broadcast tower came online in another state. Ava passed it while driving one night. She turned on the radio and heard me. Faint, just under the static. A soft, low vibration. A whisper she couldn't unhear. And soon, everyone will.